Unit 10. Put log term mar, path pen, /pun matr, /mater aqu. Put comes from the Latin verb putar, meaning to think, consider, or believe. So, for example, a reputation is what others think of you. But when the root shows up in such words as compute, dispute, and deputy, its meaning is harder to trace. Reputed, believed to be a certain way, by popular opinion. The 15th century prince Vlad the Impaler is reputed to have inspired the character Dracula, though in fact, evil though Vlad was, Dracula's creator only borrowed his nickname. Reputed is used constantly today by reporters, and almost always to describe suspected criminals, the reputed mobster, the reputed drug kingpin, the reputed gang leader, etc. But the word shouldn't be left to journalists. Your elderly aunt may, for instance, be reputed to have made a large fortune in oil, or to have had 4 husbands who all died mysteriously. Reputed is easy to confuse with reputable, and they used to mean the same thing, that is, having a good reputation, but it's become rare to hear reputed used with that meaning today. Disrepute, loss or lack of good reputation, disgrace. The family had fallen into disrepute after the conviction and imprisonment of his father and uncle. A reputation can be easy to lose, and someone who is no longer respectable may eventually find he's become genuinely disreputable, the kind of person that almost no one wants to be seen with. Disrepute isn't only for individuals. A company may fall into disrepute as a result of news stories about its products' defects. Drug scandals have brought entire sports into disrepute, and a scientific theory may fall into disrepute as a result of new discoveries. Impute, to attribute. The British imputed motives of piracy to American ships, trying to prevent them from interfering with American trade during the War of 1812. Imputing something to someone, or something, usually means observing something invisible in that person, or thing. We may impute meaning to a play or novel, or to a casual remark by a friend that was never intended. Many of us like to impute bad motives to others, while always regarding our own motives as pure. In tax law, imputed income is something that isn't actual money but might as well be, for example, the free use of a car lent to you by your employer. Putative, generally supposed, assumed to exist. To strengthen the case for the defense, a putative expert took the stand. Putative is almost always used to express doubt or skepticism about a common belief. Thus, Tintagel Castle in Cornwall, a picturesque ruin, is the putative fortress of the medieval King Arthur. The residents of New York City are putatively chic, neurotic, rude, and dangerous. And cable TV is full of putative experts, who often turn out not to have much knowledge of the subjects they're talking about. Log, from the Greek word logos, meaning word, speech, or reason, is found particularly in English words that end in logi and log. The ending logi often means the study of, so, for instance, biology is the study of life, and anthropology is the study of humans. And log usually indicates a type of discussion. Thus, dialogue is conversation between 2 people or groups, and an epilogue is an author's last words on a subject. But exceptions aren't hard to find. Physiology, 1, a branch of biology dealing with the processes and activities by which living things, tissues, and cells function. 2, the life processes and activities of a living thing or any of its parts. For students planning to go to medical school, the university's most popular major is human physiology. The Latin root physio generally means physical, so human physiology deals with just about everything that keeps us alive and working, and other physiology specialties do the same for other animals and for plants. To do anything serious in the field of health, you've obviously got to know how the body's organs and cells function normally. Physiology used to be considered separately from anatomy, which focuses on the body's structures. However, it's now known that structure and function can't easily be separated in a scientific way, so anatomy and physiology are often spoken of in the same breath. Methodology, a set of methods or rules followed in a science or field. Some researchers claimed that Dr. Keller's methodology was sloppy and had led to unreliable conclusions. The methodology employed in an experiment is essential to its success, and bad methodology has spoiled thousands of research projects. So whenever a piece of research is published in a scientific or medical journal, the researchers always carefully describe their methodology, otherwise, other scientists couldn't possibly judge the quality of what they've done. Ideology, the set of ideas and beliefs of a group or political party. By the time she turned 19, she realized she no longer believed in her family's political ideology. The root ideo as you might guess, means idea. Ideas and theories about human behavior can always be carried too far, since such behavior is very hard to pin down. So ideological thinkers, people who come up with large theories about how the world works and try to explain everything, and maybe even predict the future, according to those theories, are almost always disappointed, sooner or later, to find that it doesn't really work out. A person intensely devoted to a set of political ideas or theories can be called an ideologue, a translation of the French idéologue, a word actually coined by Napoleon as a label for those political thinkers full of ideas he had no use for.